If you're a 90s kid, you definitely remember Married with Children's Kelly Bundy, played by the always lovely and incredibly talented Christina Applegate. Kelly quickly became the breakout star of the show. Whenever she stepped on set, she would be greeted with uproarious applause from the studio audience. She developed a reputation for being a sarcastic and wickedly funny vixen. It didn't hurt either that her wardrobe consisted primarily of skin-tight outfits that left little to the imagination. Married with Children celebrates its 34th anniversary this year. It's hard to believe it's been that long, but time has a way of doing that. Join Facts First as we see what secrets Christina Applegate has revealed over the years about her role on the iconic sitcom that helped launch her career. Applegate wasn't the original Kelly Bundy. It's almost impossible to imagine that series without Applegate's award-winning performance, but what fans may not realize is Christina wasn't the first pick. Actress Tina Caspery played Kelly in the pilot. The scenes she was in were later reshot before the pilot made it to the air. It's also worth noting Applegate's career was very much launched by Married with Children. While she's an exceptionally talented actress, there's no telling when or if she would have landed her big break without this role. Christina Applegate initially thought the Married with Children script was disgusting. Applegate was just 15 when she landed the role of Kelly Bundy, but before she signed on to the cast, she was apprehensive to take the part. She was interested in becoming a dramatic actress, and after reviewing the script, she felt like it lacked the seriousness she was looking for. In an interview on The Rich Eisen Show, Applegate said she initially found the script to be disgusting. She went on to explain she didn't even want to audition for it. After the producers went ahead and filmed a pilot with two other actors playing Kelly and Bud, they realized their chemistry wasn't working, so they came back to Christina and asked her again if she'd come in for a screen test. Once again, she turned them down, but on her way out the door, they gave her a tape of the pilot that they had already shot. When she watched the tape, she didn't want to like it, but in no time, Christina and her mother were in stitches. At the time, Applegate had never done comedy, but she decided to give it a try, and the rest is history. There were a few hair-raising problems on the set. Christina Applegate might have made a name for herself on Married with Children, growing up to be a superstar, but while she was still a cast member of the series, her escalating fame started to cause her some rather hair-raising problems on set. While playing Kelly Bundy, Applegate was cast in a movie role that required her to dye her hair brown. To keep with Kelly's trademark image, she had to wear a blonde wig. Some fans of the show called foul, saying the wig looked far too obvious, but this minor issue didn't end up stopping her from evolving into the colossal star she became. Before we tell you more about Christina Applegate, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. Kelly Bundy was a virgin. If you were to believe Bud, Kelly was one of the easiest girls to bed in Chicago, but as it turns out, she might have been a lot more chaste and pure than we imagined. Christina Applegate did an interview with NPR in 2019 in which she dropped a rather surprising bombshell about her character. The former teen queen of fishnets and denim cutoffs revealed that Kelly Bundy was actually a virgin. This tidbit might come as a surprise to anyone who's watched the show, given how the series relied heavily on sexual innuendo and how Bud was always cracking jokes about his sister's supposedly promiscuous lifestyle. It's also surprising since Kelly never shied away from this perception. In one memorable scene, she even gave Bud a bit of advice on how he could initiate his own sex life. Perhaps it's true what they say, those who can't do, teach. She always looked out for Bud. For people who have an ever-warring relationship with their brothers and sisters, they typically live by a pretty simple rule. They can say whatever they want about their family, but you can't. Kelly and Bud might have always been tossing insults back and forth about their intelligence, looks, and sexuality, but if anyone was ever to cross one of the Bundy kids, they'd have hell to pay. In one early episode of the series, Kelly let a girl, played by actress Tiffany Amber Thiessen, know in no uncertain terms that the only one who was allowed to humiliate Bud was her. Applegate based Kelly off a real person. If you were an 80s or 90s kid and grew up around the hair metal scene, you already know that Kelly Bundy's style was the epitome of the fashion and prevailing attitudes from that era. She was like some kind of real-life video vixen that stepped right out of MTV and into a pair of fishnets. Besides modeling her look after some of the metal girls from that time, Christina actually drew inspiration from a real person. That girl was rock groupie Cindy Burmisa, best known for playing herself in the 1987 mockumentary The Decline of Western Civilization Part 2, The Metal Years. Kelly wasn't as airheaded as she seemed. Even though Kelly Bundy was known for being the poster child dumb blonde, she wasn't nearly as dense as her family would lead you to believe. Applegate has said she played Kelly as if she was a genius, and in her own special way, maybe she was. For one, she knew what numbers to pick on a roulette wheel in the episode You Gotta Know When to Fold 'Em Part 2. And then there were all the times she just knew how to use her feminine wiles to get what she wanted. In one episode, she proved she could retain knowledge like a boss when Al filled her mind with all kinds of sports trivia to prep her for an appearance on a game show. So maybe we all just underestimated Kelly Bundy. Like mother, like daughter. Christina Applegate and her television mother, Katie Segal, had stellar chemistry on Married with Children. Kelly and Peggy were one heck of a mother-daughter team as well. Both ladies knew exactly how to use their sexuality to their advantage and had a knack for deflecting blame whenever they did something a bit devious. Another noteworthy connection the two actresses had was that they both hailed from show business families. Segal's father, Boris, was a famed TV film director, while her twin sisters were the original Double Mint twins. Applegate's mother is singer-songwriter Nancy Pretty, and her father, Robert William Applegate, was a record producer and record company exec. Applegate's mom guest starred on Married with Children. Throughout the series' run, just about every member of the cast had at least one of their family members make guest appearances on the show. In Christina's case, her familiar guest star was her mother. Nancy Pretty appeared in an early episode entitled Oh, What a Feeling. She played the mother of a spoiled, bratty girl that Al ran into when trying to buy a new car. Al ended up having a big meltdown while telling her that if she didn't want the car, he'd be happy to take it off her hands. Now it's time to hear from you. Which one of these revelations was most surprising to hear about? Let us know in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Factsverse if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content. By the way, if you haven't joined Factsverse as a member yet, be sure to look below this video and click the join button. By becoming a paid member of Factsverse, you'll get access to exclusive video content that you won't find anywhere else. This includes some of our more mature content that isn't suitable for public audiences, which includes topics like Hollywood actresses who posed for Playboy and some of the steamiest moments in movie history. Plus, you can enjoy these videos completely ad-free. Our biggest fans will notice they also get badges next to their name when they leave comments on our videos. We pay special attention to comments from our members, and so do other viewers. So if you want exclusive content from Factsverse or inside access to discussions with other community members, click the join button to get started for just $4.99. There are hours of members-only videos waiting for you, with new videos added every month. And we're actively working on bringing even more features to help fans like you connect with other members and get more of your favorite content. Just click join, and we'll see you inside the membership tab.